Now boarding for Rebuild of Joycast, your weekly destination for anime, manga, and more.
Where are we? It's we took a week off because the Queen died and the old train shut down, so we couldn't do the podcast.
I also had a close friend's dad die, and I was consoling him over like that.
Had to go with the Queen, man.
I mean, it's been pretty nice actually. It's like brought a lot of the towns and stuff together. That's quite nice. Like everyone's like leaving flowers out for like people and stuff, and everything's been pretty nice to be honest.
It's nice.
It's
nice
like
when capitalism takes a pause.
it's like national tragedies and stuff generally like bring countries together. I know that's to some people like they don't.
No, that's a
legitimate.
Like that's a legitimate thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but yeah. Also, my friend's father passed away, and it was like the day before he was like, "Yo, my dad died last month, and we're doing the funeral today," and I was like, "Oh." Fuck, so I had to like get my suit on and everything.
Yeah.
But as I told you, it turned out no one else was wearing suits at like this gathering to in this wake. So I was like the only one wearing a suit, and everyone else was like slumming it, I guess.
Hell yeah.
So I'm like sat in the middle of this pub, and everyone's like looking at me with all these guys with like hoodies and everything, and I was like, yeah, hey. But
I love it.
Yeah, my friend was very happy that I came though, because some people like didn't turn up, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
But
like,
no, it was good timing. Yeah. I mean, obviously a tragedy, but good timing because I was on sabbatical. So the week that the last time we recorded the podcast, I wasn't supposed to, so I was a little bit of in work trouble. So we had to move that time off to the following week. So it worked out great. It worked out great.
Sure.
But yeah, let's just jump in. So obviously we've got some catching up to do. But thankfully, two of those manga of our triumvirate took time off as well. So it's not that bad. So we're going to hit My Hero Academia, Chainsaw Man, and One Piece, which had its 2 chapters. So that's the only time we're behind. But, you know, we always have long One Piece discussions anyway. So that works out just fine.
I'm going to say, basically nothing happened except for the payoff finally that Deku arrived in My Hero Academia.
What? What do you mean nothing happened?
Nothing happened.
Hold on. But yeah, if you want to discuss Deku finally, I mean, that's like you kind of just spoiled the big thing. Yeah,
I mean,
Deku's back. But... So that thing he saw in the distance while he's flying, I'm assuming that was the floating class. That was the floating UA. Otherwise, is he gonna get like any media res, like a flashback battle?
I wouldn't. That would feel like it's just stalling even more.
Right? I'd be like, what was that whole point where he's like, hey, what's that up there? And then it's just like, oh, now he's here. Like, he's like, yo, funny story along my way to this battle. Is it gonna be that? Or did he just see the floating UA in the distance and that was
what the fuck? That's cool. Laputia, castle in the sky.
Yeah, like maybe we just like misconstrued what Horikoshi had done there. And he was like, yo, why are you guys freaking out? Like, he just saw the floating class. There's not another midway battle.
I think really it was
I'm a little thrown off by that, but yeah.
I think really it was probably the reverberation of All for One probably activating, like, you know, his shit.
Or maybe he was seeing Tamaki's attack from a distance. I don't know, like something. Something was going down, and that's when he noticed. I guess that was what was going on.
By the way, I was confused when I opened this chapter up. Did they reuse like a piece of art, or is this just like the website we're using?
Because we read this for the podcast. We
fan
read the
translations
scans.
For the sake of speed.
For the expediency. Yes, they reused that.
Yeah. Which is why we've been way more careful.
They're getting some color spreads coming very soon.
Which is why we have also been like very careful about just like being like, yep, that's absolutely what the character said.
Yeah, but the last time we did that, it ended up getting dumber though.
True, it did.
So for once, it actually worked in our favor. But let's talk about what's working here before I really get into the real meat of this chapter. You'll agree with me when I bring it up.
I do.
So when Deku shows up,
it's fruit.
That spread, that splash page, with the slingshot. That
Really
is fucking
cool.
sick.
It was.
That is a sick shot, and I want to keep bringing it up, because side tangent. With my time off, I've been listening to we've given a shout out to BestGuyEver's YouTube channel. He has a podcast, like a live show of his own called Talking Pirates, and so I just want to mention that now I'm finally I'm starting to realize what it sounds like.
I have also been. Sorry, I love how, like, without even communicating, like, we have both just started, listening to that podcast.
Yeah, so now I understand what it's like for our audience to listen to us talk about My Hero Academia. I'm so sorry. Like, I feel really fucking bad now. Like, I had to really, like, see it from the outside. So that's why I really want to just be very positive about this chapter of My Hero Academia. Because I'm feeling very self-conscious right now.
Yeah.
Because that TPE is a guy I really respect.
The man gives no
rag on
fucking...
One Piece. I'm like,
Dude, the man gives no quarter. He really doesn't.
No, zero in any direction. I'm like, he's even worse than I am. Holy fuck. So yeah, back on tangent though. My Hero. So this shot, everything that we have said about My Hero Academia, let's keep repeating that. The art has always been on point.
It has.
The art has been so. Even if you say that this is a nothing chapter, and yeah, you're kind of correct. Nothing really happened. But it looks fucking great, man.
It does. No, I
looks
like.
Fucking sick.
I think Shigaraki's new form is actually genuinely really cool.
Oh, the hand armor thing. I did this with the gun for designs during Joyquest. Yeah, it's always a sick fucking motif.
The hand armor is super fucking.
Hand armor. I've done it before too.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick. Yeah, you go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm really enjoying this despair from Mirio. He everyone is basically being taken out at this point in the story. Mirko has just been smashed. Like, I know she's not dead. He's just not gonna kill her.
Oh, he fucking knocked her out cold, dude.
Yeah, he fucking I'm just looking at him like, man, she should be splattered across the floor. Realistically,
right?
Everything that she has taken, she is looking worse than Bakugo. Okay, like, God,
yeah.
Sun Eater, my boy, has been fucking Super Smash Brothers affected off the fucking panel. Literally. I always forget her name. Spiral girl. Yeah, literally.
Oh, and then you're talking about Nejire.
Nejire, yeah, she's been taken out because
same.
Shigaraki,
I mean, she's the one that got smash bro'd.
Yeah, she's been hit by hundreds of fucking rocks, and now Shigaraki is just
rock hand fingers.
Yeah, and Shigaraki is just ignoring Mirio at this point because
yes, and I love that. So now we're getting to the point where why this chapter's fucking amazing. This is one of the most base chapters in the entire series, where Shigaraki goes, "You're powerless. Literally, your quirk is to be intangible. Well, I'll just fucking ignore you, because you don't got the strength to match with me anymore, because of my final transformation. You're nothing. You're powerless, and you realize it. Fuck off, Mirio." And Mirio thinks back to Night Eye's final prediction about what Mirio would do to prove his fucking greatness. And it's Mirio showing his ass to distract Shigaraki so they can let Deku into the fucking barrier. Oh my god! That literally, is America's ass right there.
He literally, looks fucking, what do you like to say, submissive and breedable?
Oh my god, check out this peach! That is one of the greatest panels in the fucking series. Because it works! This is why My Hero Academia is so fucking great, when it just remembers how fucking silly it is.
Overload.
Stop with these death fake outs. Just show some Mirio ass and move on. That Mirio's ass had more impact than Bakugo's fucking proposed death.
And after that, we get to the splash page again that we literally just talked about. Honestly, it's kind of good seeing Deku. It's kind of good seeing Deku again. I mentioned this the other week.
It actually, you're right. It actually does, because we're so tired of lack of finality. Like with this game with Bakugo, it's getting old. So it's like, all right, now we have a fight because because we know with Deku the favoritism. We're like, all right, something's actually gonna happen here.
Yeah, precisely. And it's like, honestly, I kind of
the story has momentum again.
I don't believe that this is Shigaraki's final transformation, by the way.
He's in the middle of it.
Yeah, this is gonna be fucking Cell and shit. This is like, I don't know, maybe
there's
even
phases.
more.
I mean, that's not Cell. That's anime. That's shonen.
True. It's fucking Final Fantasy final boss shit, which is actually really fitting for Shigaraki, like, because he loves video games. Of course, he's gonna have like a fucking bunch of forms in the finale, and for the first time in a while, we are actually seeing in the background UA, the school. It seems, at least that's what it fucking looks like to me. You can like see.
Yeah, I wanna know why the art has been so fucking good. Because Hori's been cutting corners. Go through most of the previous like 10 or so chapters, and there's like no background art. It's all ground and white
and
background space.
and speed lines and everything.
And speed
right?
lines, yeah. That's how he's cutting the corners to get this shit done. So yeah, that shot of Deku, and Shiki's like, oh yeah, I forgot the school is there, and it's like barely standing now. It's like half the school.
And we've gotta have that bit. And we gotta have that bit where Midoriya like fights Shigaraki all throughout the school, like, this is where Kachan called me a slur or something. Oh, this
call
place.
Me a cuck. Call me a betalit cuck.
This is where Ida gave me a hand job on the sly. Shit like that.
This is when Mineta fucking harassed so many women.
Yeah,
this school was shit.
And then Shigaraki's gonna be like, if only I could have gone to school. And
man, sounds like a good time.
and then he's like, no, man, the fucking high school fucking sucks, man. You should be happy that you went your way. I'm a terrorist, Deku. It's a better life than mine,
you're
Shigaraki.
right. Like this was kind of a connector chapter, but I'm sorry, but Mirio is contributing to some of the greatest moments of this fucking arc.
No, it was
between the laser punch and now check out these peaches.
It was definitely funny. It was not the lead up to our hero entering the scene that I was fucking expecting. Absolutely not.
And that great expectations crushed. Good. Because all we've gotten is nothing but things we expected. So, it's always great to see something you're not expecting.
Agreed.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's like Bakugo coming back to life. I literally couldn't have like predicted that, really.
Oh no, I predicted Bakugo coming back to life, and I did predict that.
Oh no!
That Genius had something to do with it, but the fact that they would take the extra steps to get Edgeshot involved, no one saw that coming because narratively it does not make sense. It makes sense that an adult had to sacrifice themselves. It doesn't make sense that it's Edgeshot. And go back a few podcasts, we've had this discussion before. Why Edgeshot makes no fucking sense.
Agreed. It's crazy, really, how it's fucking gone. But that's exactly why it's like, I don't know, it's like, because like a lot of people nowadays talk about like the expectations being like broken and everything like that, and I want that, but this is an example of me being like, I'm actually happy. This like makes me happy because I genuinely couldn't have seen this coming, and it makes sense in terms of like the universe, but obviously like we've talked about this enough. We don't have to fucking talk about Bakugo's like Jesus like fucking happenings again, really. So, I still stand by that. Not really much happened. I'm just happy to see Deku. Yeah, Mirio was fucking funny, but really, we were just getting a lot of more despair, weren't we, for the lead up?
I think this chapter had like the least amount of despair. This one led with despair, and then boom, Mirio, then double whammy Deku.
Yeah. This is also, it's one of the shorter feeling chapters. But
yes.
Obviously,
this is
we
a
talk
quickie.
about this. Yeah, it's a quickie, but it's got so much fucking action going on.
But you wanna know why it feels? You wanna know why
amazing.
it really feels quick now? Because we have Chainsaw Man and One Piece back in action right now.
True.
And they're giving it to us hard. So that's why I think it's time to move on. Because next week, obviously, it's gonna be Ochako and Froggy versus Toga. Obviously, 4 chapters. But yeah,
what did you think of this? What did you think of this chapter?
Loved it. No, I unironically loved it.
We both saw it going this way, by the way. When like this. I keep forgetting his name. The new guy, the octopus guy, the link between Denji and Asa and everything. I knew from the start when they were like talking, I was like, he's gonna introduce her to like get Denji to stop trying to tell people that he's fucking Chainsaw Man, because all he wants is a girlfriend.
Okay, yes.
I find it funny as well, she's wearing like a cake shirt, and like that's what Denji was eating before. Foreshadowing, Ivan.
Maybe. Maybe. Like, you got good eyes for this shit. Because again, I read these on my phone in the middle of my fucking my hospital rounds.
Wait, you're a fucking busy man. I fucking sit down, I'm like, combing through it and shit.
But that being said, though, like, this chapter begins on just the shit I love. I love War having a fucking hissy fit on bed, punching her pillow. I fucking hate Chainsaw Man so much.
Such a bitch.
That is fucking. This is the shit that I fucking love.
And then obviously Asa being like, "Fuck you! I'm trying to sleep."
Shut the fuck up, bitch. I'm trying to sleep.
They're just acting like fucking sisters at this point.
So now that being said, I'm getting a little bit concerned. Remember we talked about the fact that we felt that Denji's story had been concluded, that he was fully self-actualized, and that bringing him back would be kind of besides him in the antagonist role, it would be kind of a shoulder shrug. Like, what is there left for Denji to do? Well, now we're seeing it. We are seeing some regression, and I don't like this. This is the reason why. Besides pissing off the Chainsaw Man fans, I also did not want Denji back because I feared regression, and we are seeing this. He's now back to doing petty shit for money.
I think that makes sense, because I do think that the series, like, they covered this. He's not even killing things for money anymore. He's not actually part of an organization. So
no,
it kind of makes
he's
sense.
He's Chainsaw Man so he can get fucking head, and he's not even getting that.
Yeah, and it makes sense that he's going back to doing petty shit for money, because that's, like, all he knows, but he's not going to go back to doing, like, Yakuza shit, because look how that worked out last time.
Yep, but I just hope, to keep Denji interesting, he needs to keep being antagonistic towards Asa and Yoru.
I think we'll get there eventually.
I think we're already there. He's presenting a threat. He's hitting on them, and it's failing. Like, as long as he continues to be presented like a piece of shit, this works. True. Otherwise, anything else just feels like a regression.
No, I can't. I see a point.
I don't want to see Denji's perspective because it shows more that I don't want to see. As long as we're seeing Denji from Asa and Yoru's perspective, it works because it gives us it gives us something fresh to see from Denji. Because otherwise, if we're back on Denji's perspective, he's not doing anything new. If anything, again, it feels regressive. It feels like back where he started, but now he's in a school uniform.
I kind of feel like no matter what, Asa was going to get the short end of the stick simply because of who she's hitched with. Like the War Devil. Like, we now know that the War Devil wants to come back to its full strength, kill Chainsaw Man as an act of revenge, and hopefully gain all of its power back, and then get Wars back on track.
Yeah, which they explain this shit. They finally kind of give the full final confirmation. Like, yo, Chainsaw Man, like, bit a piece out of me, and now there's, like, no war anymore, and now I'm fucking pissed. And that's what I want. So we got the final confirmation of what's at stake here.
I mean, we always knew that.
I'm sorry, but even with that, still, War and Asa are still more compelling because I feel like there's more development to be done.
I agree.
I look at Denji and I look at the two girls and I go, I see more ahead in their future than I do for Denji. Like I see a greater hill to climb. I see things. Well, I see the promise of things that I don't expect.
Well, I mentioned this before, I believe, where I said that I mentioned like Legacy of Kain. I remember the word that I used the other time that we talked about Chainsaw Man, where Denji is seemingly sort of opulent in his like reveling of being a hero and the fact that everyone like loves him and everything. Now we're seeing the downside of it with like his life, obviously. And I feel like Asa could be an actual hero because she has actual morals, unlike Denji.
Well, again, it's just presenting the different perspective, because if we were focused on Denji, we wouldn't really see how much of a piece of shit he is. But as long as we're looking at Asa and Yoru's perspective, we see how Yoru and Asa do have some principles compared to Denji, and that's how you can sell the antagonism of Chainsaw Man this time around.
I definitely
and Chainsaw Man being an antagonist is what makes him more interesting this time around. If you want Chainsaw Man to be a hero, you have part 1. We're in part 2 now. What's gonna keep Chainsaw Man and Denji more interesting? Antagonism. Because otherwise, when we're trying to root for him now, it only results to regression, and that's what we don't want. For Chainsaw Man to go forward, we need him to be the antagonist now.
True.
That's the way. That's how he's gonna learn his next lesson.
Would he be like? I don't know. I'm thrown. Admittedly, I'm very thrown because I thought, like you, that we were gonna be with.
No,
Asa
as you should be
for a
thrown,
much
because these are
longer
all
time.
still great fucking characters.
Yeah, no, precisely.
This
but
is
I'm
what
still-
happens when everyone's fucking great. It's like, who do we balance our time with?
True.
And that's where I've decided where, well, I want to balance my time to I want to favorite the characters who still have more development ahead of them. I want to focus on them more. Because I've already seen Denji have his growth. I want someone else to grow now. Because I'm gonna get tired of Denji quicker, because there's less for him to do right now.
I don't know if I'm I don't know if I'm tired of Denji, but I am like you.
No, I'm not yet, but
the
the threat is there. The threat is there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We're doing this joke right now where Denji's trying to reveal his Chainsaw Man, and he's so much of a fuck up, he can't even reveal his own fucking identity correctly. And that's fun, but how long before that gets stale?
True. I mean, I think it's also on the part of, like, Asa, obviously, like, because Denji is kind of a loser, obviously. It would be like...
Oh, he's not kind of. He's an absolute fucking loser. That's why we fucking love him.
Yeah.
And we like Yoru Asa because they're fucking in combat. They're practically a perfected Kobeni. If you really think about it.
Yeah, like with edge.
It's Kobeni with an edge.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely
well, I mean, Asa's
right.
clearly the Kobeni, and
Asa even
is the new Makima.
I felt like Asa immediately had, like, aspects of Kobeni's design, to be honest, put into her.
Well, that's just
the
design.
art style,
That's just design tropes within an author.
Yeah, like
they only. That's when people laughed at like fucking Toriyama only has like one face, and like Oda only designs 3 types of women. It's that, but that's just design. That's just artist design. Like, that happens, man.
No, absolutely. It's like Monster. Like, I was talking to my mom because my mom actually watched Monster.
Who's that?
I told
That's
you about this.
Aoki Urasawa.
Urasawa, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he only has like one face, a very small face on a big head.
Yeah,
and again, I love it.
He has multiple, but you talked about this before. When,
I mean, basically, Madhouse's
actors.
entire fucking art design team, early like 90s through early 2000s, revolves around Urasawa.
No, I mean, like, you talked about how
they're married
Urasawa,
to it by proximity.
At one point, you mentioned how Urasawa uses the actor technique for making.
Yeah, it's called
like,
the star system, because I do this too.
Yeah.
Because it's a very fun way to skirt around the fact that you have a design trope. So on top of design trope, if you also want to get cheaper and really save yourself some time in designing characters, you employ the star system. You go, all right, this one particular design is an actor that I will continue to recast. And that's fun, and that becomes a fun game for your audience who follows you and goes, oh, so that's so and so, and that's because I do that as well with a lot of my characters.
No, yeah. So the point I was gonna say is, like, Asa always looks to me like Kobeni, and that's why I'm like, it would surprise me if, like, in his mind it was like, Kobeni was so fucking great. Imagine if she was the star of her own series. Or they're just like, Kobeni, your original character is dead. You're Asa now, and we're gonna, like, make you look all moody and shit, and you're gonna call Denji a loser. But you're still going to be kind of incompetent and shit. That's what I think when I look at her. God, I'm definitely thrown because now we have essentially two protagonists now, and it seems we're gonna be like switching between.
I am still in the Denji's and antagonist camp. I don't think two protagonists. I don't see it. I believe in Fujimoto too much. I think this is a two ships crossing in the sea and in the night situation, and I feel like we're going back to Asa going forward.
I need like one more chapter or something before I make like a full prediction. I think that's
this is
cheating.
a passing
It's
by.
cheating. That's why I appreciate you, because you can look at something and you can go, "That's the fucking direction I'm saying it's going in." I'm like, I need like more, and I need to like think over things.
Yeah, I know. I
think
think too much like a writer when I'm reading, when I should just be enjoying it like a reader.
True.
I'd be less mean, especially with My Hero Academia.
But no, this was a good chapter.
It's a good. They're all bangers.
They're always fucking.
They're all
bangers.
Yeah. What are we, 6 chapters
in,
and they're fucking great.
I mean, how would you feel if Denji is now going to like kind of gain this new friendship group and this roof? Because honestly, he's been using this roof a lot. It wouldn't surprise me if Asa and Denji are actually going to genuinely become friends somehow without knowing the other's identity for whatever reason.
I think they'll keep bumping into each other, but this whole fucking trope where like the villain goes to your school and fucking Digimon season 2.
He honestly, for all we know, dude, at this point, Fujimoto might genuinely be writing a fucking romance manga at this point.
Now that I'm not going to take a guess, because I am not going to pretend to predict that far into Fujimoto. Because that man, if you're talking about the unexpected, that man is the king. That
Absolutely.
man, I think even that man doesn't know what he's doing sometimes. And he goes, you know what? I'm going to do this on a whim and write with it.
I think,
I actually think he's admitted that in interviews. I genuinely believe he's admitted that in interviews where he will flip a switch on a whim and go with it, which is just a great writing technique. Because there's no better way to keep your audience interested than while also keeping yourself guessing.
Plus,
I haven't done that myself with the Bridge series.
I also really want to say I'm still interested, obviously, to see what War's opinion on this is, and whether or not War believes
that's probably
Denji
next
is
chapter.
Chainsaw
That's probably
Man.
next chapter.
Absolutely. That's why I'm really excited. Is Chainsaw Man?
I mean, War probably doesn't even know Denji's Chainsaw Man.
Probably not, but I think that War is actually going to take him at face value. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'm gonna laugh if like War gets a crush
no.
on Denji.
Dude, no. You know what? Yeah, that might be true. Kobeni
Denji's
doesn't
so
like him.
Budget Repel, Denji's so fucking cute. We should be dating him. Come on, don't fuck this up for me. And then they find out he's Chainsaw Man. Fuck!
War's all like, no. Oh, like the opposite of Akina.
Yeah.
Wait, Makima. I always say Akina because it runs the fucking
Akina
character that I wrote.
is Lycoris Recoil your favorite anime?
I actually haven't.
That's what I wanted to mention very briefly. I talked about how Madhouse's old designs are very much attached to Urasawa. Bro, I was looking up what Madhouse was up to. Matt, you're complaining, bitching about moe shit. That's all fucking Madhouse does these days. Fuck you.
I don't know what Madhouse does.
It's a sign of the times.
I don't know what Madhouse does these days. I was
exactly, because you're not paying attention. Because it's that moe shit you hate.
I do hate moe shit, but in all fairness, I literally haven't watched I haven't watched a moe thing in like ages until I rewatched fucking Gunslinger Girl. And even then, I was like, yeah, like I genuinely don't like moe stuff. You know that.
No, you've made your position very clear. Which I go, man, it's just sign of the times. Guess what? You're acting like this is a new thing. Man, this has been.
Oh
since
no,
K-On!
It's
like
not a new thing.
within there's been more time in between K-On! And Lycoris Recoil than there was K-On! And Gunslinger Girl. So a new thing will happen eventually, if it's not already VTuber designs.
I keep seeing VTuber designs. I hate them. I hate.
It's Fire Emblem is like the progenitor to VTuber. Because someone mentioned that the new Fire Emblem Engage protagonists were designed by a VTuber designer. I'm just like, isn't Fire Emblem like the progenitor VTuber design?
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's like, I think they did go, like, way too fucking far with it.
They did go way too far, but it's the memes are saving it, though. Like,
Plus,
Pepsi-Kun and Colgate-chan is fucking hilarious.
True.
But that alone makes me like it.
Are you interested in Fire Emblem Engage, actually? I'm surprised we didn't, like, talk about that at all.
I'm interested because Three Houses got me into Fire Emblem. So
See,
yes, I am going to play it, but because of a lack of options. Because otherwise, in-house Nintendo games are now being made unfinished, and it's pissing me off. So now I'm looking for complete Nintendo games. So what do I have looking ahead? Because all I have is a Switch.
What do you mean? What do you mean in-house Nintendo games being made incomplete? Like
Mario Golf, Mario Strikers.
I don't play the sports games.
They're all doing this fucking shit where they release
games are
and
the
then they're doing
worst.
free, and they're doing in quotes free DLC. It's like, no, you just didn't finish the game when it came out.
No,
Fuck
that is
you.
bullshit. That is pretty bullshit.
That
Nintendo,
is
like,
fucking
usually.
bullshit, and I'm tired of it.
But yeah, back to Chainsaw Man though. Fair enough. But
So
I also
that's what I'm just talking about. These are the games I'm buying.
Oh,
next.
wait. I just want to say, by the way, if you do want to play more Fire Emblem, I actually really recommend the 3DS games. The first 3DS game is really fucking good.
I know what you mean, but it has to do with the modernized UI.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fair. I intend
That's the reason why I'm going
replay.
forward with Fire Emblem, because it's a UI I now understand.
I actually intend to replay Fire Emblem and go Blue Lions or whatever this time, like after years and shit. Because,
but I just want to say I'm buying the new Pokemon because I am married to Pokemon. I'm sorry. I know they're shit. They're my guilty pleasure.
What's your
Otherwise,
favorite
all I'm
Pokemon,
playing
by
right
the
now,
way?
Val, I keep playing the same ROM hack, Radical Red. It's now
What
like
is
my
it?
all-time favorite Pokemon game.
What is your favorite Pokemon, out of curiosity?
Radical Red, the ROM hack.
No, the Pokemon. A Pokemon. Like the beings that we know as Pokemon. What is your favorite?
The people ask this on the streams every time, and my answer always changes, so I can only give a generalized answer. The cute ones. I like the cute baby ones. All right.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I can't give you a straightforward answer.
I kind of agree.
But no,
with
but
that.
so like I said, I'm gonna get the new Pokemon. I'm gonna get the new Fire Emblem in January, and then I'm getting Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom in May. That's it.
I thought you didn't.
Those
like
are the
Breath
only
of the
video games I
Wild.
will be buying.
I thought you didn't like Breath of the Wild.
What? No, I loved Breath of the Wild.
I might be thinking of Freddy. I had a conversation with someone, and I was like, someone told me, they were like, oh, I didn't like Breath of the Wild. I thought it was you for some reason.
No, I loved Breath of the Wild.
It was a super fucking good game. I'm definitely going to pick that up. I'm just going to say, talking about getting, buying unfinished games, motherfucker's going to buy Pokemon. But no, I know, like you said, you do love Pokemon, so.
I do love Pokemon,
fair.
and because at least I know the base game is complete.
Yeah, that's true.
When Pokemon's unfinished, because its fucking graphics are fucking awful and its animations are incomplete, but the gameplay is complete.
That's fair. But, anyway, that's actually a really fucking interesting thing you said. The idea of War being like the opposite to Makima and seeing Denji, not Chainsaw Man, and then being absolutely crushed, a devil
loving
being crushed.
Denji for being Denji and not Chainsaw Man.
That would be
Because
fucking
Makima
great.
loved Chainsaw Man, Yoru would love Denji.
Yeah, I actually really like that thought.
That would be
Like
hilarious. It would just be fucking
interesting.
funny.
It's just interesting, like, that change in dynamic for Denji as well.
Because just the reaction, like, I could see how Yoru would misconstrue that, like, you lied to me, like, just pissed at Denji, like, you didn't tell me you were Chainsaw Man. I thought what we had was special.
Well,
Just
but I
like,
did
bitch,
tell
we talked to the rooftop like once. But no, Denji would be like, yo, this is hot.
Yeah, no, Denji would probably like Yoru more than Asa for sure.
People have been asking me if I'm doing a Chainsaw Man abridged, and like, man, I don't fucking know. But man, I would love to do a part 2 abridged. Part 2's got the material I actually would fucking love to play with.
Shall we move on to One Piece? This is a fucking dope chapter as always.
We're gonna start with 1059 before 1060.
That's right. So I'm actually
I'm looking at the cover. I'm looking at the actual Shonen Jump cover for this week, and you're actually, Val, you are correct. They reused the My Hero splash page.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, that's the color spread. You asked if that was repetitive. Yeah, they just gave it out again.
What the fuck?
Weird.
I mean,
Weird.
like, they don't always have to do a splash page. Just like, you know, like,
they
I was
do.
looking
It's
at
like
it.
kind of their thing.
That's weird. I thought at one
But yeah,
point.
like, it looks like it's a poster or something. Like they just did it again. I think it was a color spread first, and now they're giving it out as a poster.
Interesting. Okay.
Weird.
Weird indeed. I don't know why.
But speaking of the cover of Jump, before we get into One Piece, we should also give a shout out to the two new series that came out.
Oh, okay. What?
We have I'm trying to pull up the names right now because unfortunately,
While you're
neither
pulling
of
up the
these
name, by the
grabbed me
way,
too hard.
while you're pulling up the names, last week Earthchild ended.
It sure did, and
Yeah.
it ended on its own terms. I hoped.
I had high hopes for it when I read the first chapter. I felt like
It should have been a one shot. We said this from the beginning.
Yeah. No, maybe it should have been like after.
No, but here's the
first
thing.
chapter,
Very interesting. This is what I'm talking. So the new one is Tokyo Demon Bride Story, and this is what I want to bring up because I went on a Twitter tangent a week or two ago.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't see it.
So because Earthchild's actually been out for a while. Between the time that Earthchild came out and by the time it's bowing out now, there's been a new bottom line at Jump. We talk about the Demon Fighter subgenre. There's a new bottom line. It's called the Arranged Marriage subgenre.
Demon Fucker subgenre.
The Terminally Bitchless subgenre.
Oh, dude, that's been a thing since like the fucking 90s.
Yeah, but now it's like the fact that now with Jump Plus included, literally half of Jump's serializations are now about arranged marriages.
Huh.
And that's getting very fucking frustrating.
Oh, like a couple of Cuckoos is as well.
Yeah, but I'm just like let's name them off the top of my head. Fucking Spy X Family, Witch Watch.
I wouldn't
High
call
School
that
Family,
arranged.
Mission Yazakura Family, Blue Box.
Wait, Blue Box has
it
an arranged
just
marriage?
keeps going.
Blue Box has an
Marriage
arranged marriage in it?
Toxin. Like I said, it just keeps going. Arranged marriage is now the new bottom line. So
Force
when I
your
look at
children to
Tokyo
marry
Demon
women.
Bride Story, I'm just like, man, I don't got time for you.
Yeah, no, there's just a massive tendency in like,
And
shonen
but that
to,
being
like, follow a
said,
trend.
oh, I mean that's just Jump. I mean that's just marketing. Like
It's just
I
manga
understand.
right now.
I understand, but it's like there used to be a time when Shonen alone was a bottom line, and that was enough.
Yeah.
But now it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
like-
subgenre itself is like, adaptive versus innovative.
At least go back to
What
the
what is
80s.
going to be the innovative arranged marriage if it isn't already Spy X Family? What
know
is
in, like-
next?
So I was gonna say, did you know that in the 80s or something like Naoki Urasawa, like, you know, creator of Monster, Pluto, like one of our favorites and everything. 'cause
Yeah,
we
just
both
dedicate the
fucking
entire podcast
love
to him at
Pluto.
this point.
No, he actually, one of the first manga he made was about a young girl in like middle school or high school who was like a badass martial artist, but all the guys are just too intimidated to date her. That's like the
that feels like a
eternal.
good early
like,
story.
What it is like the eternally bitchless, as you called it.
No,
it was like-
terminally bitchless.
Yeah, that was basically that, essentially. And I really want to watch it, though. Like, it's got anime, it's got manga.
Did
You just
Madhouse
reminded me of
adapt that as well?
I don't think so. It was like an 80s thing. I think it was before
Okay.
Madhouse was even a fucking
But
thing.
yeah, Tokyo Demon Bride Story. I don't want to read it,
Fair.
but I'm actually rooting for the mangaka because he seems like a cool guy.
That's fair. What about the
Yeah,
other one?
it seems like he's just kind of using the subgenre to just tell some funny shit. Even in the fucking like Arthur comics, he's like, I'm just trying to do the funniest shit with the time I got. Like he understands how cutthroat this shit is, and he's like, bro, I'm trying to see how many jokes I can fit in before they kick my ass out.
I appreciate.
And I'm like,
just
bro,
the
that's kind of
honesty.
based. I'm kind of rooting for you.
I appreciate the just honesty of like, you know, just saying like, yeah, this is why I'm doing it and everything.
But that being said, but arranged marriage and comedy, like, it gets no more bottom line than that for Shonen Jump right now. So for that reason, I can't fucking philosophically read it.
Fair.
So
what is
next,
the other one though?
But the other one, Ginka and Gluna. I'm also rooting for this one. Because now this one seems to be just a fantasy adventure. But that is also inherently the problem. Just
like
a fantasy adventure.
Elves and stuff?
It's just like it's in a fantasy world, so it's about a girl who's trapped in the wilderness and she's barely getting by. And apparently this is a world where magic exists and it's a very powerful thing. But to be into magic, you have to be like born with it and you've got to like practice it throughout the years to have a fucking chance.
Okay.
And at some point she like puts a magical hat on a snowman. It's Frosty the Snowman. He comes back and he's like, "Oh, I was actually once a powerful wizard. And thank you for giving me a hat. I owe you one." And she's like, "Can you teach me magic?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll teach you magic, but you know how hard it's gonna be." And then time skip. She's older. She's learned magic, and now she's powerful enough where she can escape the wilderness and go explore the world like she wants to. And the snowman goes, "Good for you. I gotta stay. I'm a snowman. I can't leave the wilderness or I will melt." And she goes, "Fuck that." And she casts like an enchantment on him where he won't melt. So now the two of them are just going on a magical adventure together. And that's just it. It feels like a one-shot. And I'm like, I don't understand what you're going to do ahead. Like, what's the plot? Other than...
Is this on Manga Plus?
Nope, this is the main magazine.
Okay, then, because I recently downloaded the Manga Plus app, and I've just been, like, favoriting so many fucking things. And, like, reading stuff like that in my spare time, so I'll check that out, because I would say...
No, speaking of Manga Plus, we should also mention that they have teamed up with Medibang, where they're now doing, creators, submissions. They have
I saw that.
They have a user-generated platform now, which, cool, but I'm raising an eyebrow until they give them ad revenue.
No,
because all they're doing right now is contests. Like, they have a monthly contest where they give them a little bit of prize money, which I go, cool, but you owe them much more money than that. That doesn't even fucking cover it. That's kind of scuzzy.
Yeah,
that's kind of that's skeezy.
I agree with you. It's like, do you have?
And it's also fucked because basically, if you have a pre-established audience, like basically the moment that you started submitting, the game was over. Like now you have because it's based on popularity, pure popularity, and then there's also a poll that also rates like story and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter. The more views you get, the more attention you get. So if you didn't submit one the first week it came out, you're already fucked. You're already in a disadvantage because that early good one already has pre-established view, has a foundation of viewership. And you can't fucking eclipse it unless you become like the next phenomenon. Otherwise you're fucked. So the system is already fucked and it's already very scummy because they're not giving you a cut to the viewership. They're just putting a little bit of a small prize pool and going, you can have a little bit at the month if you perform to a certain extent. That's fucked.
That is.
But but it is very interesting. It's a more public version of Medibang. So for that reason, I very much approve on that angle. Okay. But why I want to mention is, guess what the most popular manga on Creators is right now?
I have absolutely no fucking clue because
Take a guess.
I don't know, some generic bullshit. I don't know.
It's an arranged marriage subgenre. Big surprise, right?
No, I literally had no clue. Because I was like, do you want me to say like a specific name? But
it's about like these two fucking races, these two planets. I think like I was just skimming it. I think it's like a planet of old men and a planet of old females, and they'll like in order for them their warring factions to get along, their two leaders have to fucking domesticate. It's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Looks good though. Like I mean I'm not gonna fucking fault a guy for like following his dreams to be a mangaka. I mean I guess that's what all the jump mangakas are doing right now. They're all just kind of like conceding to what's popular right now and trying to put their stamp on it. Like I understand, but I ain't gonna fucking read it.
That's fair.
I want something new, baby. Give me something new.
I will check out this Medibang. Medibang or Medibang?
Medibang is the one who's running it. It's Creators. Okay. It's on Manga Plus. Literally, like you'll see it on the bar. It'll say Creators. Click on that.
Oh, okay. And
you're gonna get a bunch of users submitted, which also fucking hilarious. People were submitting when the first week it came out. People were submitting fan translations of Jump manga, which is fucking funny.
Like, is there... Oh, okay. So there's not even... Okay. No, this is cool. There's not even, like, a level of, like, entry or anything like that.
Yeah, no. It's their version of Webtoons. but it's more catered to traditional manga, not like webtoons, where webtoons has become almost its own media at this point. Because in webtoons, you have to post it panel to panel almost.
I'm sorry, is this Gender X Border?
What's that?
Is this Gender X
Yeah,
Border?
Gender X Border, that's what it's called! Like Spy X Family! They're not even fucking hiding it, bro!
No, they're not.
But yeah, enough of that side tangent. It's time to talk about One Piece.
I'm gonna fucking upload something to that myself, fucker.
I mean, I'm gonna do it too, but like after they
Obviously.
start, paying people fairly.
Ivan, you're my rival in being a fucking creator mangaka on Manga Plus. It's gonna be like Bakugan.
Hell yeah,
Wait.
hell yeah, bro.
No, Bakuman. We're not gonna throw fucking
whenever
balls.
the fuck mine gets done, because my god.
I
It takes
know,
forever
dude.
when you have
Dude,
like fucking no budget.
Dude, writing is... I just find writing fucking hard because I'm so fucking...
Yeah, I mean, 'cause
judgmental.
it is very hard.
It is. It just fucking is. I have a newfound appreciation for just writing.
Absolutely. I mean, I never loved. I honestly, as much as I talk shit about manga guys, I've never loved it more than I do now because I'm writing one. I'm
Anyway.
serious. Like you will develop a huge appreciation, but also, like I said, you'll also think like a writer, and you're like, why the fuck are you doing this?
It's like I've been doing like I told you, I've like finally started not trying to perfect it, but just write a rough draft and just go forward, like even.
Well, yeah, get it done,
contradicting.
because you reach a point where it's like you gotta get it done. Like you reach a point where you're not gonna progress until you get some fucking feedback. Like you gotta make it
Exactly.
public.
I'm like, no, I'm.
That's
I am
why
like,
we call them pilots, Val.
I know, but it's
They're
like I am
not
like
final.
literally contradicting things that I wrote like 10 minutes ago, and then going,
They're
no,
a
this would be
pro.
better. Oh god. Anyway, let's fucking talk about One Piece, because I've actually been so excited to talk about this for like the past 2 weeks. Holy fucking shit. Okay, so basically what's going on is opening like panel thing, open door page. Katakuri and Oven have just punched each other in the fucking faces, which should be impossible because Katakuri would have been able to see that shit coming, my boy. And we open up on Mako saying goodbye to the redhead pirates who have given him a lift, and they sort of go over the reason why Yamato hasn't actually joined the crew, because even I will admit, as someone who was like, Yamato's probably not going to join the crew, that the reasoning was pretty weak and there was no actual build up to the main decision.
Yeah,
because
I'm a little bit concerned
Oda
with the fact
was
that this should have been explained at the time.
Exactly, because Oda, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, all of you that loved Yamato, as you know, I think they're a little bit boring. They're not the worst. The anime made me like them, but he was stringing y'all along. He was just stringing y'all along the whole time, but so I'm sorry for you all. Marco then says goodbye to Luffy, saying how like there's a ship nearby that is going to take him home.
Yeah, Marco's like, I'm too old. I'm 45. Fucking Whitebeard was like saying that the One Piece was real at the age of 80, but I'm too old.
But then we get to the interesting
I feel you,
stuff.
Marco. I feel old too.
We're getting to the interesting stuff, though. Boa Hancock, wrapped in bandages, is once again thinking about Luffy and how she should just go and fucking put a ring on it.
Me
What
too.
she's always thinking about. And then we flash back to what has actually been going on while everyone is on Wano, the confrontation between Boa Hancock and the Navy when they have come to Snake Island, or because obviously while on Wano, one of the last things that we saw was that all of the warlords have been stripped of their position, and they're all dealing with that in their own ways. Buggy, Crocodile, and Mihawk have obviously made Cross Guild. Now we see what has gone on with Boa, and the Navy have come in strong with these brand new pacifistas, which is one of the most exciting things to have happened in One Piece, in my opinion. The new pacifistas. We'll get into those in a second.
They make me a little uneasy, but it is very cool, though.
It's super fucking cool. I'm really excited for these new ones. But also coming along the way and basically just wiping out the fleet and just strutting his stuff is fucking Blackbeard with, I forget their names, but, it's the one with the Kyuubi fruit, and it's the drunk guy. It's, Devon, I think the woman's name is. The other one, I literally cannot remember his fucking name because he has not been relevant for like 10 plus years since he escaped from Impel Down. Blackbeard is wrecking shit along with these brand new pacifista, and Boa is generally just overwhelmed by the odds. there's another pacifist that, like, rips the fucking mountain in half with all the snakes on it. Blackbeard actually reveals he has haki, which no one expected. I don't think anyone thought that Blackbeard had haki. I think we all just thought that Blackbeard was just...
I think it's like a requirement at this point. If you're gonna be in this, like, if you reach this point at One Piece and be relevant, you gotta have fucking haki, dude.
No, I agree with you, but here's the thing. Blackbeard actually didn't need it. In a defensive way,
yeah,
absolutely.
clearly he didn't need it, but, you know, people are going to start asking questions. Like, the fans are like, oh, well, if someone used this kind of hockey and did it, it's like, okay, Oda's like, you know, fuck it, he's got hockey. I bet you that this was a last-minute decision where Oda's like, you know what, fuck it, he's got hockey, because people would be fucking asking questions.
Maybe, yeah, now, because it's like,
Because it doesn't matter to what extent you have, like, who knows how strong his hockey actually is?
True.
But as long as he has it, we can save some time on a lot of stupid fan discussions if he just has it.
I get, like, I was literally, I went to the gym the other day because I'm trying to get back into, like, going to the gym regularly again, but I was talking to those guys that talk about One Piece and stuff. Like, I literally walked past and they're talking about, like, peek my head around, they go, oh, it's you, man. Yeah, we're just talking about the new scans and everything. And I brought up my, like, you know, I think you know this. I don't like haki very much. I think BestGuyEver also has the same opinion. Where it, like,
I think
like
haki's fine. I think haki just levels the playing field for non-fucking devil fruit users.
It does. Like, the guy said, like, it's a good way of explaining why people like Shanks and Gold Roger made it through the Grand Line. And I'm like, yeah, it does. But it also makes, like, fights a little less interesting. Like, because I still have, obviously, a big, fat fucking boner.
I think less interesting, more complicated.
And Luffy having to use his sweat, blood, and fucking tears to take down Crocodile. That kind of stuff. But I agree with you. I completely agree. But I always thought that Blackbeard was going a lazy route where he doesn't have haki, so he needed the I was about to call it the black fruit, the darkness devil fruit, to circumvent this weakness of his and his inability to, like, get haki. Because the darkness devil fruit is fucking dangerous. Anyway, though, Blackbeard kind of turns the tides as he's getting a little overwhelmed by these really powerful PSX units, and Boa Hancock basically says, fuck you to everyone, and turns every single person except for herself, Blackbeard, and Kobe, who is also there invading the island with the rest of the Navy.
Kobe confirmed gay, let's go.
Oh, absolutely. He's been chasing that Luffy dick this whole time.
Twink, let's go!
Absolutely, a pink-haired twink. And now everyone is sort of at a stalemate. Oh my god, I just noticed that there's a massive fucking banner of Luffy on her fucking palace. What the fuck?
I just saw it too. Let's go!
And anyway, there is now a stalemate. Kobe obviously wants his allies to be freed from Boa Hancock's curse, which also, interesting thing about Boa Hancock's devil fruit being confirmed, if she dies without lifting the petrification on these people, they will never recover. Even if they steal her devil fruit, the next user cannot return them back to normal. Interesting kind of addition to her devil fruit. Also, they kind of, like, I didn't mention it, but they leaned in a lot more to, like, Blackbeard and his crew being, like, absolute fucking scum as they talk about, like, taking Boa Hancock in alive and having more fun with her. So it's like, yeah, no, Blackbeard is, like, absolutely the most piratey, evilest fucking pirate on the seven seas.
Doing pirate things.
Yep, doing fucking bad fucking things. But then, in the midst of it all, Rayleigh shows up. And everyone fucking shits themselves. Have you seen that fucking thing that I retweeted where it was like Blackbeard's head on, like, the boxer and then Rayleigh's going Kamehameha, and then I quit. I don't know if he could do it, but I'm not willing to find out. That is basically what happens. Rayleigh shows up and dispels this war, not dissimilar to what Shanks does at Marineford, and he even says, to be honest, we got lucky. I don't think I could take Blackbeard at this point because I'm getting fucking old. Yes, like, you know, he goes one-on-one with an admiral. That's the theme of this chapter.
Everyone's fucking old.
Yep.
Boa Hancock's like in her 60s.
Yes. Yeah. Wait, what? Boa Hancock?
No, I'm not sorry. No, she's not. I'm sorry. That's the other one.
Shaki.
Yeah.
His wife. Not even wife. It's like his fucking
No,
side
if you
piece or
marry
something.
someone in One Piece, they're gonna fucking die. So just have a geef.
Probably. But then so Rayleigh's shown up, he's like, diffuse the situation, everyone went home, Blackbeard went home, the Navy's left, Shaki's there, Rayleigh's all like, I'm fucking glad, I'm too fucking old for this shit, like, oh, good, I didn't want to fight Blackbeard because he's actually solid. And then we get into the PSXs, which I'm actually really excited about. They look like child versions of Boa Hancock, and the other one, people have kind of said, might be a young Mihawk.
Oh, it absolutely is a Mihawk.
Yeah, might be a young Mihawk.
He's got a sword.
He's got a sword. He's got slick back hair. We don't actually know this, but like I think that like holds a little bit of weight because Vegapunk has been fucking busy. I am always a little bit excited to hear about things.
Well, we're finally got that confirmation. This is why the Warlords got disbanded.
Yeah, exactly. The Warlords got disbanded, and now we know why. It's because they've been making fucking possible clones with
clones of them. And
with
so
Lunarian
as cool as these are, anyone who's read a Spider-Man comic knows that when you start introducing clones into your story, you got some fucking problems. Like, I'm not even going to get into it, but that is a fucking
it's not
can
that bad,
of worms.
Though, because Germa 66 were also kind of making like I wouldn't say clones. I don't think they were making clones exactly, but they did introduce like what is it, like test tube babies essentially? Like that's what
they were trying to make.
Sanji
They were
is.
trying to make soldiers in a can.
Yeah, that's what they've basically been doing. So it's not outside the realm of possibility. But also, this actually ties in as to why King was in Vegapunk's lab when Kaido found him. And so, evidently, we've got these baby fucking former Shichibukai, potentially a bunch of them even? Like, we might... Ivan, you don't understand. We might even have clone Lunarian Buggy, who is way more badass than regular Buggy.
I know, it's a can of worms, but, you know, like, it's definitely cool, but I am tempering the cool because, for me, as a former Western Comics fan, when you get clones involved, man, things start to get rough.
I mean, I think this is definitely going to go into with them having, like, it's either going to be they have, like, short lifespans, like they rapidly age or something like that. I think it could be interesting going forward. We'll have to see. I'm kind of excited because I like these new, PC SX units. So this was actually a really exciting chapter for me. What did you think? I know I've been doing most of the talking.
No, that's fine because I am in agreement with you that this chapter and the next chapter, 1060, fucking exciting.
It is. It really fucking is. Do you want to cover the next chapter?
Yes, I do. So, again, the order of events is getting very. That's my only criticism of post Wano. Is that we are jumping all over the fucking place, and it's getting a bit annoying.
We usually do, to be fair, at the end of a big arc. We usually hop around, see what's going on, and we have to talk about that color spread. Such fucking classic vibes from that new color spread.
It's a remaster of a older spread.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. But it's like including everyone. We got fucking Jinbei there and stuff, and it kind of feels like
Carrot and Yamato aren't there. It's fucking amazing.
Oh, I like Carrot. I like Carrot more than Yamato, admittedly, but I get why people weren't that into Carrot either. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, so like here's what's going on in this chapter. So, basically they get news about fucking King Cobra dying and Vivi being missing in action and Sabo being blamed. Luffy's like, fuck this shit, Sabo would never do that shit. We gotta go fucking rescue fucking Vivi. And Zoro is like, bro, where the fuck even is she? You can't go to Alabasta, there's nothing there. And Vivi, it's like, well, we gotta do the same thing we did with Ace. When the time comes, we will find her. And so like, fine. And also Caribou I forgot about Caribou.
I also forgot about Caribou.
So Caribou's the new Nakama. He's the new 11th member.
Luffy just reached that.
Fuck Yamato. Caribou's the new Nakama.
In another 100 chapters, Luffy reached out hand and go, Caribou, I want you to be my Nakama. You're the final fucking... You're the final fucking crew member, Caribou.
I love it. But yeah, so Luffy, so like they're all freaking out. They don't know what to do. And so then next is so Luffy just like off camera, you don't get to hear, but we get a retcon for Luffy's dream. So apparently Luffy doesn't just want to be the Pirate King. He wants to do something that only the Pirate King would have a chance of doing.
That's not a retcon. That's actually not a retcon.
It's not?
No, it's not, because we've never actually heard what he said to Sabo and Ace.
Okay.
I've seen some people say that Luffy wants to go to space.
That's pretty cool. Me too. All I know is that even the Thousand Sunny was surprised.
Right.
Which I love. Or Frankie, who fuck knows.
I honestly, I actually love the reactions of everyone from the crew.
Why not? I mean, you got a bunch of characters. That's what you fucking do.
Right.
But yeah, so Luffy has extended dream, and everyone reacts to it. And then next we go to the actual fucking crazy ass fucking shit of this chapter. So Sabo reveals that there is someone sitting on the world throne that's not supposed to be, and it's Emu.
See, I think it might be Stelly, because we actually saw Stelly like approach the throne at one point. But then we never actually see them do anything
Maybe.
else.
All we know is that this Emu guy fucking crosses off a fucking kingdom on the map, and then boom! Lasers from the sky. Fans are saying this is Uranus, but all I can think about is Enel.
It does fucking look like it, doesn't it?
It really echoes back to Enel, and that's what I want it to be. But people are saying that this is the third weapon that we have yet to see Uranus. Either way, fucking crazy. And this explosion is so fucking crazy that it causes a fucking climate change. The fucking ocean goes crazy. We're now in the present day. The Straw Hats are in a ice ocean, and there's a big upswell of fucking water, and inside they rescue Jewelry Bonnie, who we have never a lot of the fucking the rising stars or whatever have gotten their due. Bonnie's the only one we really haven't done much with yet.
I would say Rogue, the Mad Monk hasn't gotten much, but yeah, I agree with you. She was in Reverie because she actually wanted to save Kuma.
Okay, but yeah, so now I think so again, we're finally getting the payoff for Reverie, because when I was trying to do a review of One Piece, I kept rating Reverie very low, but I kept with an asterisk. I kept saying I know this will pay off later, but it hasn't yet. And like ever since then, we have now finally been getting the payoff for Reverie, and I feel like this is just more of it now.
I agree. No, it's kind of like, I like Wano. I feel like Wano definitely has some fucking issues.
Me too. Like honestly,
with that final
Wano's
war.
got some all-time great moments, but overall, I'm actually kind of tepid on Wano. I never had the bravery to say it until these past couple chapters, where I'm like, no man, this is just way fucking better. What's happening now is way better than Wano.
I completely agree, but we might also look back more fondly on Wano with, like, I don't know, a reread going, like...
I agree. No, Wano's not bad. Wano was not bad. Like, let's make that fucking clear. Wano was not bad.
No, it wasn't.
But, to me, my issue is the same issues I had with Dressrosa. It was too long.
Oh, yeah.
Length will always result in dilution. You just can't escape that. I understand that One Piece's whole thing is length, but length within length, man, like... Dressrosa and Wano is the reason why I can never blame people for not getting to One Piece.
No.
I tell people
agree.
to suck it up for Skypiea, but for the others, I can totally not blame people. But again, that's like the post-time skip stuff, so you have no excuses. You have to get to Enies Lobby, kids.
Oh, I'm literally on the fucking precipice.
But yeah, me and Steena have like not jumped back into our rewatch since like Fishman Island started. It's just like that. It's just the fucking pacing just dies, man.
Fishman Island is a pretty low point in the series. I mean, I think.
And again, it's not bad. Again, this is always relative to each other. When we talk about One Piece arcs, they're relative to each other. the worst One Piece arc is still better than most manga.
Agreed. But I'm super excited for Jewelry Bonnie showing up and actually possibly being like, I don't want her to be really, but she might be the new Law. I mean, Jewelry Bonnie has had it fucking rough on this ocean. She has possibly lost her entire crew to Blackbeard because Blackbeard intercepted her and then left her at the hands of the Navy. We don't know how exactly she got out of that situation because then next thing we know, she's in Reverie. So I'm actually really excited.
We'll get an explanation for it, I think, next chapter.
I think so too, but I'm actually really excited to see Bonnie potentially have a lot to do with this coming story because she has a lot of connections that we aren't aware of. Like there are a lot of people
she's gonna fill in some gaps for us, is what she's gonna do.
Yeah, some people think that she's a lost Big Mom child, similar to Lola. Which I mean, the pink hair is sort of like, you know, a possibility, but she could also be a completely separate character. This is just a character veiled in fucking mystery, basically. So I'm really excited about Bonnie showing up.
But yeah.
But overall, how would you rate? Oh, also Zoro cut a wave in half. Like we didn't even fucking.
Yeah, to reveal Bonnie. Yes.
Yeah. Which
well,
you know,
sorry,
I guess
after
Zoro
you've been cutting fucking fire and shit, like, yeah, I'm not as impressed with water.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like, Zoro has become, like, I think you and I both agree, Zoro's just, like, kind of meh.
Zoro's just a tool. Like, people keep bitching about Sandy's place in comparison to Zoro, and it's just like, why are we fighting for the spot of Luffy's tool?
Right.
Why?
I don't know.
Is his Swiss Army knife. That's what you're competing for. Stop. You actually have more agency if you're not the right-hand man, so stop it. Stop it.
Much.
Stop bitching about the fucking government-approved bounties. Stop bitching about who gets to fucking be in Luffy's pocket. Like, come on. Stop it. Stop it. We can be greater than that. That would be like people bitching to be Deku's love interest. Like, you're going to become less relevant if it becomes canonized. You'll literally get de-canonized in the movies if you become a love interest, so don't do it.
Something I want to, like, hone in on is definitely everyone's reactions to Luffy's dream, which, honestly, I'm genuinely surprised that we didn't get to, like, hear it. Also, Caribou fucking heard it. I bet you Caribou's gonna be the one to drop the bombshell on what his dream is.
Fuck yeah.
I could totally see that. So he kind of goes, I'm going to... So Sunny's fucking surprised. Zoro is like, huh? Jinbei is, like, at first confused, but then seems to, like, turn into delight. Nami, very supportive. Brooke just thinks it's a fucking joke. Usopp, obviously, is skeptic. Frankie, because he's a fucking bro, absolutely loves it.
That's it's all in character, like, reactions.
Yeah, I love it because we can actually, like, through these reactions, we get an even better idea of what it is. This idea absolutely appeals to Frankie in every way, which is why I'm not surprised if it's something like going to fucking space. And Frankie's probably like, oh, I'm the fucking man to get you there, I bet. Chopper, I think someone's head needs to be checked. Yeah, but Sanji is also coming in with skepticism. Robin, is just silent on it. I'm actually really surprised.
Quiet surprise, but again, this is all very in character.
I think Robin is actually a little inspired, to be honest. Like, absolutely. Because I think out of a lot of people, Robin absolutely fucking... Everyone does, but Robin really fucking believes in Luffy at this stage, I think. And then Chopper is obviously like, whoa.
That's what I was like, that was me too. I was like, whoa. Same Chopper.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm believing the hype. I am believing the post-Wano hype after these chapters.
Exactly. I think these are the ones that really truly made me a believer in this. Where I'm like, all right, Wano just wasn't for me, and that's okay because these chapters are fucking bears. One Piece is not in a decline. It's heading into its best days right now.
Possibly. I mean, Oda literally said after Wano ended, it's like, hey, from here, if you're a new reader, just fucking read from this point onward.
I agree. I
He's like,
I
you can
wholeheartedly
totally
agree.
just read it.
Because you notice how they're putting titles on the characters? You can tell he's attracting new readers fresh off of Film Red.
And it's fucking, I don't know, it's just good fucking shit. God, I'm so fucking excited. I've been excited for this ever since that fucking chapter dropped where it ended on Green Bull, walking over to Wano, Field of Flowers, new era coming.
Yeah, it just felt like
the
a breath
times
of
are
fresh
changing.
air. Like, all right, something new.
Right, it's gonna be fucking solid. Like, I cannot wait to talk about One Piece from this point onward, Ivan.
Same. And that is what we'll do going forward. I think this is where we're going to wrap for the week.
This our stop.
This is our stop. Everyone, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we don't take so many breaks. We had a bit of a Swiss cheese, bit of a summer there.
We did.
But I think going ahead, I think we have some consistency ahead of us. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, I don't know what to, I think we just do more catch up until a fucking topic. Oh, I'm sorry. In the coming weeks, all the fall anime coming out. It's gonna turn into an anime podcast again.
Yeah, we could do the first episodes of every new anime that comes out.
Oh my god, the fall season is stacked, Val.
Oh, what, oh yeah, Chainsaw Man, obviously.
Even for shit I don't care about, it's stacked.
Is Blue Box coming out, the anime?
Blue Lock, I believe you're thinking
Blue
about.
Lock. You said Blue Box earlier, and I was like, that is the football one, isn't it?
No, Blue Box is the arranged marriage one.
Okay, I
Blue
thought
Lock
maybe
is the
there was
soccer one.
I was gonna say, because I read the first 10 chapters of Blue Lock, and I was like, I don't remember there being an arranged marriage thing. Is this a new development?
Right.
Who knows?
But yeah, we'll dissect it when we get there. Otherwise, I said I think in the coming weeks we'll kind of be playing catch up until all this new anime comes out, and there we're gonna have a lot of anime to discuss. So until then, everyone, take care. We'll see you soon.
Ta-ta.
Mind the gap as you exit our podcast safely. Rebuild of Joycast is hosted by Ivan LeRoy and Valentine Stokes. LeRoy's written and directed works can be found on the JoyRide Entertainment YouTube channel and the soon-to-be-released original web manga, PARAMEDIC. Val's dulcet tones can be heard in many of your favorite anime and web series, such as RWBY, Death Battle, Tribe 9, Lackadaisy Cats, and more. This episode was edited by Steena Carey, with YouTube version edited by Cody Rock. Music provided by Lofi Geek. Intro and outro narration by Steena Carey. Outro music composed by Michael Pejovich. Logo and visuals designed by Ivan LeRoy. Rebuild of Joycast is produced by JoyRide Entertainment and Rock Voice Productions LLC, and made possible thanks to Patreon donations from generous listeners like you. This month's highest tiered Patreon producers are Mr. Host, Austin, Gooner Bear, Jellydonut. If you would like your name shouted out at the end of each podcast, an invite to our private Discord to interact with fans, cast and crew, or early access to all of our content, be sure to check out JoyRide Entertainment's Patreon. Links provided in the description. Thank you for keeping JoyRide's engine burning.